All right, what's up, y'all? We're back. Well, this is the second video, so we're gonna call this Venocritique Episode 2 YouTube Edition, or Venocritique YouTube Edition Episode 2. And we're talking about two pieces today. I just want to see how long this video is gonna come out to be, but we're just talking about two YouTube video or two pieces, two art pieces today. It's Kapland, and Locks. So those are the two pieces that we're going to be talking about. The first one is called Kapland because it's called Copy and Paste Land. Hopefully I can show you a photo somewhere on the screen, but it's called Kapland because it's called copy, and that's what CAP stands for, is Copy and Paste Land. You can see that everybody in this photo is a little girl in the middle. She has a face and she has skin and all this. She's like not robotic. And then everybody else on the screen is like a robot or something like that. And they all have the same structure. They all are doing the same thing. And you can tell that they all are like of the same person. And so they're all like copy and paste in a sense. And she's the only original one in there. So she's like the original person in Kapland. That's the way I like looking at it is, yeah. She's the original person in Kapland. I really like this photo. It's one of my favorites. One of my favorite photos on here. If you want to check that out, you can go check out my WordPress. Link is going to be in the description. You go check that out, click those 3 bars, and you can check out all of my collections and all of my different series that I have. And it's going to be the comic book collection is where you're going to find this piece. So that's why I named it the photo. As far as the editing goes, I don't know if I spoke on it already, but I edited the photos in darkroom, and basically what I did was I turned the brightness up, I turned the saturation up, and I turned the contrast up. And then I turned the clarity all the way down. And this was just to give it more of a comic book, TV, cartoonish feel. Yeah. As far as the camera settings go, it was all pretty much shot in automatic, right? So I shot it in automatic, and then I took the photos and edited it down. Like I made it more cartoonish in darkroom. And that's the piece came out to look like what you see on the screen. Yeah. So as far as this piece goes, I guess it was cool just having it and taking photos of it. And I still haven't taken photos of a lot of the stuff in here. Like I have a lot more comic books. I have a lot more comic books that I shot or that I still need to be shooting, and just taking the photos that I like and putting the collection together. That's where I am right now. Oh, so if we're gonna talk about what the comic book collection actually was, this is my collection. This is me as a photographer. This is my collection. Basically, the general idea of the shoot was just to make the best of what you have, right? Just taking all the stuff that you have and then taking photos with whatever it is that you have. So for me, I don't really have too much of anything, but I know that I had bought these comic books for a photo shoot that I was supposed to have gotten set up, but it never went through. So I just took the comic books, opened them up. I took the comic books and just opened them up and started taking photos of whatever it was that I liked in it, and to try to put together a collection. And this is how I'll be making videos about how the collection actually came out. But that's pretty much what the comic book collection is. And so it's an assortment of 20 images for you to actually be able to access, I guess, if you want to say. Because I'm still trying to get together and figure out if I'm able to sell them and how that works and whatnot. But basically, the collection is about 20 images and 20 pieces. That's pretty much it for Kapland. I'm trying to figure out what else needs to be said, but that's pretty much it for Kapland. The other piece is Locks, and it's like of this black robotic woman who has like locks. I like to think of her as black because it looks like she has locks. And she's like robotic, and I just like the way that I took the image and the composition and how her hair is like going throughout the whole image. I really like that about it. The colors are more pastel, and so I like that about the images. Um, what else? That's pretty much it with that. I don't really have a name for it specifically, so if you want to help me name it, just leave a comment about what you think would be a good name for this piece is, and we can go from there. She's obviously a superhero, or likely, I think she's a super villain. I'm not sure about what, I'm not sure about which comic book this actually comes from, but she might be a villain. She might be a villain. Editing is the same as the other photo. You turn the contrast up, you turn the brightness up, and you turn the saturation up, and you turn the clarity all the way down so that it gets more of a cartoony effect. So getting back to what I was talking about, the second piece was called Locks. As far as the editing goes, I turn the saturation up, I turn the brightness up, and I turn the contrast up, and I turn the clarity all the way down. This gave it more of a cartoonish feel. The name of the photo is called Locks because I imagine that this is like a robotic black person, superhero type of person. The camera settings for this photo was also shot in automatic, and I shot it in automatic so that I could go in and edit it quickly and have this was more of a practice type of photo shoot and making the best of what you have type of photo shoot, because I didn't really have too many resources to actually shoot with. Just had my camera and these comic books, and that was pretty much it. And so that's how it came out looking. That's why this is what this is. What else are we at? Where are we at? And then the same thing goes for this photo. I'm not sure if this photo is available on my WordPress, but if you want to check it out, you're more than welcome to go check out my other. You're more than welcome to go check out my other collections and looking at the comic book collection if you want to and seeing. I'm pretty sure it's on there, but you can check it out and see if it's on there. And then as far as like, if we're gonna go, let's go back to Kaplan and look at the things that I don't like about it. One thing that I don't like about it is that I left the words at the top of in the top right corner. I probably would have wished that I could have changed that out. As far as it being, I don't like another thing is that I don't like the fact that I'm taking a picture of somebody else's work. And so that's a whole other conversation in and of itself. But like taking pictures of somebody else's artwork and then calling it your own artwork, I don't really like that about this collection. But that's the thing with photography and just trying to make the best of what you have. It's just you're making the best of what you have, right? So just taking that and taking photos, and then I got to go through and do research about what is considered legal, what is considered fair, what makes sense and what doesn't make sense with taking pictures of other people's work. But let me know how you feel about taking pictures of other people's work. Like if you were to go, I think they actually consider it to be copyright if you were to go and take a picture of somebody else's graffiti outside and try to sell that photo. So I think it pretty much applies the same thing, if not worse, to the comic books, because these people actually have their stuff copyrighted and all that. So depending on how I do it and how I edit my photos and how much I alter the photos is going to depend on if they're actually able to sell and if I'm able to publish them or whatnot. But I think that it's just a fun thing to get in the mood, like to just try out and whatnot. But that's pretty much it for Kaplan. It's not too much that I didn't like about it that I could actually have changed besides maybe the words in the top right corner. That's pretty much it with that. As far as the second one, I wish that I could give it more color. I like the colors though. It's like pastel-y green and robotic. I think that the saturation is up just a tad bit too much. And then we obviously want to remove the watermark from both photos. But that's pretty much it for that. It's not too much that I didn't like about it. I took it pretty much how I wanted to take it. I think that the crease of the book is cutting off a part of the right corner, which I don't like about that too. But that's pretty much it. It's not a lot that I didn't like about it that I could actually change with it. So it is what it is. that was the two photos that we were reviewing and critiquing today. If anybody wants to leave their own constructional criticism in the comments, please do so. As long as it's actually constructional criticism, please do so. Because I'm open to it all, and I would like to hear other photographers' opinions on it. If you're a photographer and you want to connect, leave a comment. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, if you're a photographer and you want to connect with me, leave a comment. We can go and talk about it, because I really want to have open dialogue with other photographers. As far as what these Venocritique videos are going to be about, I want to help other beginner photographers who don't understand how they can go about like bringing awareness to themselves without spending heavy amounts of money, because you don't have to do that, right? I want to help other photographers figure out how it is that they can actually do that. And one way that you can do that is just by going out and going around your room, going around wherever you are that's close to you, and taking pictures, putting together a project and taking pictures of whatever project you have. Take those photos and then make a 10-minute video about each two photos, however you want to look at that. Make a video about each of the two photos and then post those videos on YouTube so that you can start to build awareness with your brand and your business and your craft and all that. And so yeah, basically go out and shoot anything. Start a project, go out and shoot leaves, and then talk about why you shot the leaves, how you edited the leaves, and why you started photography and all that. Like, go through and talk about that. Make content about all of your work, because I'm pretty sure if majority of photographers have a problem with not knowing how to get paid from their work, but I think that you can start. One thing that I didn't know that I'm willing to tell other people and that I want other people to know is that you can just start by building awareness around yourself, and it doesn't cost really any money to do that. As long as you already have a camera, and likely you already have a portfolio and you already have photos that you've already taken, make videos. Make videos about the photos that you've already taken, and talk about why you named it that, why you edited it that way, why you take photos in the first place, and what you want your brand and whatnot to stand for. So make videos, make content about the video, or make content about the photos. And then start there. Like I'm literally just now starting on YouTube. I'm just now starting, and I'm kind of just trying to learn along the way. If y'all want to check out, I've already made 40 episodes of Venocritique on Instagram, but it was only a minute long. So if y'all want to go check those out, you can go to my Instagram. It's veno.create on Instagram, and you'll see I'm already 40 episodes deep into that. And yeah, you can start off as a photographer if you want to make content, and you could potentially end up blowing up too. Like, you never know what happens. You can build your brand as a photographer, and you could potentially end up getting to where you need to get to quicker than how I was taught, or how I was told it was supposed to go. Like, I was supposed to go. And then yeah, you can pretty much just make constructional criticism about the work you've already done, each one, and go into heavy detail so that that way you can be putting out as much content as you possibly can. And so that's pretty much it with that. Yeah, just make the best of what you have. Take the photos that you already have, edit them, make videos about why you took them, what the project is about, why you edited them that way, what you plan to do with them, what they stand for, what's the name of them, and why you named it, and just going through and making as much content as you possibly can, and putting out as much content as you possibly can so that you can start to build awareness. And so that's pretty much it with that. What I was getting at earlier is that if you are a photographer and you would like to connect or do trades of work, or just get to know me, or just talk about photography in general, hit me up on YouTube, or leave a comment on YouTube, or DM me on social media. I'll leave my social media links in the description, or you can join my Discord, which is, I'll put that in the description as well. If you are a potential customer, or if you're just somebody who wants to look at my work, or talk to me about my work, or potentially end up buying a piece that I have, go check out my WordPress, DM me on social media, and then I'll send you the link to the WordPress, and we can talk about it from there on forward. And that's pretty much it for Venocritique YouTube edition episode 2. I don't know what I'm gonna name this. I think we can just call it the beginning. No, let's call it Venocritique. Venocritique. I don't know. Let's just call it the start of something great. I'll see y'all in the next one.